Hi, beautiful people. I don't know about you, but Ed Sheeran's song, it just keeps playing in my mind like an earworm. So today I'm going to be showing you a new fun fold. Well, it's not new, it's been around for a while, but it's new to me because I haven't tried it. So if you're looking for inspiration on how to make a card that's different from what you normally make, while at the same time using the Magnolia Mood Bundle, then watch this video. This is for you. Half a day. My name is Becky Toves with Crafty Chamarita. I come to you every Friday at 12 o'clock if you're on Guam. And if you're in the States, it's 7 o'clock Pacific time right now. So you can adjust the time depending on where you're at. But if you're not watching me live and you're catching me on the replay, I appreciate the fact that you're here with me for a bit. So you could take what you can out of this video, and hopefully I inspire you to make these kinds of cards. All right, so let me switch to my work screen. And as you hear me say very often, let me put on my eyes because I can't work without my glasses. That's what happens with age, right? Your eyesight, I think, is one of the first things to go. So today, I'm going to be talking about Magnolia Mood. But before I do that, let me remind you that Stampin' Up's promotion for 10% off the bundles that includes the dies is still going on until June 30th. So you have a little bit more than a week to take advantage of this promotion. So it's a great time to get the bundles that you've been looking at. And then also, if you've been looking at getting the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, whether it's the big machine or the small machine, both of them are 10% discounted. So take advantage of it. All right. So today I'm going to be looking at Magnolia Mood. You can't find this in the catalog. This is an online exclusive. It's actually been out for a while, but I haven't had a chance to do a live on it. I've played with it before, and I thought this would be a great time to feature it since the promotion is going on for the 10% sale. So I'm going to be using this bundle. It comes with the stamps and the dies. And you know me, I like to put the magnetic sheet on the left-hand side because I like to keep the dies and the stamps together. These are just leftover from a previous project. I just kind of threw it in case I need it, something like that, and it's already made and I don't have to cut it up. Okay, and then the paper that I'm going to be using is called Country Woods. Yep, it's called Country Woods. Just double checking on the title there. And these are the DSPs. It's gorgeous. So I used this in previous lives, especially when I did the masculine class, but it's not just for masculine cards. It has very earthy tone colors to the designer series paper, and I love it, especially this one. I'm tempted to get several more packs just so I can get this paper. I think that's my favorite one in the whole stack. But I'm not going to be using it today because I don't want to detract from the beauty of the stamp because the stamp is really pretty. Okay, I'm going to have to fix that because it's not going in very well. All right, so let's get started. So I've kind of pre-cut some of the pieces that I'm going to need. So first of all, you're going to need I'm going to remove that die because I don't need this right now. Whatever designer series paper you decide to use, you're going to need a piece that is 5.5 by 12 inches long. So this works out for the 12 by 12 designer series paper because you just need to cut it wherever you need it to go. And remember that for the designer series paper that are directional, you want it in the direction of the type of card you're going to be making. So this is going to be a portrait size. So that's why I'm angling it like this, because wood grain doesn't, I mean, you can do it like that, but I think more often than not, you see the wood grain looking like this. And then you have to decide which part you want to be the dominant side. So if this is the dominant side and it's going to be for my card because I want this side showing, then I'm going to make sure that it's faced down. Okay. And so the non-dominant side will be on the top. We're going to be doing some scoring, and I'm going to take my score tool just because I'm much better at scoring when I use my score tool rather than using my score and trimmer. So we're going to score it at 2 inches, and I got to remember not to push it down so hard because I don't want to tear the paper. 4 inches, 8 inches, and 10 inches. Now, because I know that I'm going to need to mark 2 of the score points, I'm just going to take my pencil and I'm going to mark it at the 10-inch mark and at the 2-inch mark. It'll just save me a step later on from having to go back and measure it and mark it again. So on the long side, you're going to score it at 2, 4, 8, and 10. Okay? Then I'm going to turn it around like this. And I'm going to score it at the 2 3/4 line. No, I'm sorry. I'm not going to score it. I'm going to mark it. So 2 3/4 is right here. So I'm going to mark it there. And I'm going to turn it around. Okay. All right. I should have thought about this better. So the 2 3/4 needs to be from the top side. So I should have done this. Okay. 2 3/4. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? Oh yeah, and what? No, it should work out. 2 3/4. Gosh, I hope this is the same. 2 3/4 and 2 3/4. Does that make 5.5? It does. So it should still work out even if I flip it over. And just to make sure that it's the correct way, because when I did this earlier, I did it on using my trimmer, so it wasn't an issue. Let me use my T-square here. I just want to make sure that it's on the same point. Okay, it looks like it's the same, so I'm safe. Okay, let's put that away. Okay, then I'm going to take my trimmer and I'm going to do some cutting. Okay. All right, you know what? Because I know you could see the glare, I'm just going to put this down here to cover the glare in certain areas. All right, so we're going to be making two different, the same cut, but we're going to do it on both sides of the paper. So you see my mark here and then my mark here. I'm going to line it up in the groove. So with your trimmer, look for where there's the groove in here and make sure that it's aligned. Okay, and once it's aligned, then you go ahead and cut it. Okay, and don't throw this piece away because you're going to use it later on. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. I'm going to put my mark here in the groove and put my mark here in the groove as well. And I'm going to cut it again. Okay, and again, I'm going to save these two pieces. And then I'm going to start to fold. So knowing that this is going to be, okay, let me make sure I get this right. Okay, yep. So when I fold it, this is the predominant side that's going to show. So I'm going to fold it this way. This is a mountain fold. And I'm going to get my bone folder and I'm just going to press it down here. Okay, and then this one is going to go in. This is a gateway fold. It's a double gateway fold. And I'm going to press it like that. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. This is going to go, it's going to go fold up. Then I'm going to score it, and then this is going to go in. So if you get confused, just remember that when you fold it like this way, these two parts are going to close the card. Visually, I think it helps to know that, okay? All right. Now, because the card is predominantly a designer series paper and you feel like it may not give you enough of stabilization, don't worry, because you can always put a cardstock in the middle, okay? And what I've discovered is sometimes it doesn't come out exactly folded straight. So what I do is I kind of fidget with it a little bit so that it folds better. Okay. Sometimes it just means just playing with it, just nudging it a little bit, okay? All right, so we've got our card basically done, right? So now what we're gonna do is we're going to do the top part. So I already pre-cut this, so you don't have to worry about watching me do it. And I'm using the Spotlight on Nature dies. I love these dies. Let me take it out of the case. I like to store it inside a magnet. So I just take the magnet and I put it over the cardstock that's in it, the one that the dies come in. And this one has a lot of dies, so rather than putting in two different cases, I just put the magnet sheet on both sides. So it's meant to layer. Really, really great dies. I'm not sure if this comes with a particular stamp. I'll look it up, right? I'll look it up, because if it does, and it's bundled with the stamp, then you can get this for 10% off. Sorry, I forgot to check before I started. So I already pre-cut this or die cut it, and now I'm going to do my my design in the front. Okay, I kind of move things out of the way. I'm like, where did I put it? Okay, here you go. So this is what I want to do. Okay, I want to stamp the big magnolia, right? Sorry, I need to drink here. I want to stamp the big magnolia. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use crumb cake, because I know that this is a coordinating color. And normally you're not supposed to use these with when you're using the blender markers. So I hope this doesn't epically fail on me. And if it does, then I'll just stamp it with black pimento, because really that's what I should be doing, but I didn't want the harsh color. And I can't pre-cut this because I need to have the space to be able to manipulate it as I color. Okay, so the two colors I'm going to be working with are Pool Party, because that's the coordinating color. And this one is supposed to be petal pink, I think, but I don't have the markers for that, so I'm using Bubble Bath. Okay. So bear with me while I color these. It won't take long. Oh, I can already tell. I'm not gonna like that. That's not working out at all. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, so I'm gonna have to restamp that. I'm gonna have to use Memento. And I can't flip this over and do it again, because the color, when you use the blender markers, it seeps through. So let me just grab another piece of basic beige. This is one of the new colors, new cardstock colors. And let me grab my Memento. I like to change things when I do my live, and sometimes it doesn't work out, right? So, and I don't want to show you the same thing all the time. So that's why I like to play around with it a little bit, and that should work out a lot better. Okay. Because now that it's like this, then I can color and the colors will look better. Well, hello, Nola. Thanks for joining me. I hope you're doing well. I'm not sure what state you're in, but I woke up this morning. Is this the light one? Okay, sorry, I meant to start with the light one. I woke up this morning and one of my friends, I can't remember what state she was in, but they had a lot of flooding overnight, and she showed a picture of her neighbor whose half their house was underwater. So I hope that that didn't happen to you in your neighborhood. I should have paid better attention as to what state she's in, but yeah, that's always heartbreaking when floods really cause devastation. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to kind of go over it with my dark Pool Party. Doesn't really show a lot, but it does show that there's striations in color, which is what you want. Okay. Man, I wonder if that didn't go through all the way. Oh no, but it's okay. I can live with that. And then I'm going to take my, oh, you're in Eugene. Oh, wow. I don't know if I ever mentioned to you, I think I may have, that I went to the University of Oregon for my undergraduate. So I am a duck, quack, quack. I absolutely, absolutely loved my college years there. And I went back in 2001, and I visited the campus, and I couldn't believe how much it had changed. I graduated in 1987. So between 1987 and 2001, it was almost like a totally new campus. So a lot of the landmarks that I was looking for were no longer there. So the building that that housed my classes was torn down. I mean, granted, it was an old building because when I was going to school there, a lot of creaking when I stepped on the floors and stuff. But it was a beautiful building. And I'm doing this quickly so I'm not coloring in the lines. Oh no, it's okay. And it's just coloring a little bit in here. Yeah, so this works, it works out, right? I think because I'm coloring on basic, no wait, yeah, basic beige, it mutes the pink a little bit. So it's not as dark. This is the bubble bath pink. I think it works out perfectly. I didn't know if it would or not, but I took a chance. Okay. All right, now that that's colored, let me go ahead and die cut it. I'm using my small machine, so I'm just going to cut this out so it can fit inside the machine. So this machine, as I mentioned to you guys earlier, this is on sale. And I gotta tell you, it's so convenient using the small machine because it's not as, not as big, number one, as the big machine. It's a lot lighter and it's so easy to move around. Okay, let me flip this around a little bit. My plates, I said this before, my plates are bulging a little bit, so I need to get new plates. And I haven't gotten around to doing that. So if you're discovering that your plates are bulging, I know there's many hacks for getting it back to normal. But for me, I just buy new plates. I'm not going to deal with that. Okay, I'm just going to tape it down with washi tape. And that should do the trick. Should keep it from moving around. Okay, and if you discover that it's not moving, then fix your plates. Okay, I should have done this the other way. I'm going to just flip it around because I'm right-handed. Okay, come on, thing. There you go. I should have known better than to try to do this with my left hand when I'm not a lefty. But I love this machine. Yep, it looks like I missed a spot down there, but it's okay. I know exactly who I'm going to make this card for, and she'll just be happy to receive the card, and she won't make a stink about the minor imperfections. Actually, that's what happens with people when you give them the card, a handmade card that you've made. They are just so thrilled that you took the time to make a handmade card for them that they don't see the imperfections. We're the only ones who see the imperfections, right? They don't. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put it on like this. This is how the card's going to go. So I'm going to start doing my gluing. So remember the two pieces that I told you don't throw away? We're going to use them, okay? So before you start gluing, make sure that you're using the right triangle for each side of the card, right? Because if you try to do it, for example, if I use this over here and I didn't pay attention to it and I just put the glue, see, that doesn't work, right? So try it on first before you attach it. Now, because these are flopping up a little bit, I'm just going to open it up so that I have a little bit more control. I'm going to put my adhesive glue. Don't put too much in the edges so it doesn't spill out. Wait, let me make sure that's the right way. Yep. Doubted myself there for a second. When in doubt, check. I made so many mistakes where I had like that inkling of doubt in my mind and then I didn't do anything about it and then I regretted it later on. Okay, and the same thing's going to happen here. Use my glue. I'm going to put it in the corner here. Try to match it up with the sides as best you can. That's why I like using the glue, because it gives me some wiggle room. Okay. All right. So I think before I adhere the other parts, let me go ahead and adhere the middle. So the middle part here, I made the mistake of thinking that this is 4.5 by 5.5, but it's not. So my piece that I originally cut in my card, I made it 4 inches and it was so snug and it didn't fit very well. So if you're going to cut a cardstock piece here, make it 3 by 3/4, 3.75 by 5.25. Okay. That way it fits inside. And before I glue it, I just want to stamp my sentiments. I'm not going to put a sentiment in the front because I know who this is for. This is a belated birthday, so I don't want to put happy birthday in the front, because this sentiment, which is from a retired stamp, is what I'm going to put. Happy little bit late birthday. This is for my friend whose birthday was yesterday Guam time, but she's traveling right now. She's in the States. So she's not going to come back until next week. So she won't get this card until next week. So that's why I thought this was appropriate. Happy little bit late birthday. And then I'm just going to stamp the small magnolia. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh, I love this stamp. Okay. So let me go ahead and glue it. So typically when I know that this is the piece that they're going to write on, I only put the glue on the edges. I don't put it in the middle, so that when they write their message, the glue, or if in case it's uneven, I just like it to be as flat as possible. Okay, happy little bit late birthday. And when I close it up and put it like that, and then I'm going to put this on. So what I'm going to do for this piece is I am going to put this on, I'm going to put this on dimensionals. Keeping in mind that some of it is going to stick out in the end, so I'm not going to put the dimensionals at the ends of the petals. I'm going to try to keep them in the middle as much as possible. So later on I don't have to worry about tucking them in or, cutting them off. I just want to avoid that hassle by just keeping it to the middle. So, there you go. Thank you for being patient with me while I take off these things. Not the most exciting of things, but it's okay. And like I mentioned before, I'm not going to put a sentiment in the front, but it's so beautiful that you don't need it. And remember, like with card making, you don't always have to put a sentiment in the front. Sometimes I make cards that are blank because people just want blank cards and they want to be able to put what they want, on the card. So what I'm going to do when I stick this down, because only part of it will get the glue, right? And rather than guessing how much to put in the circle, I rather just put it on the base here. So I'm going to put glue and I'm going to generously put it in the middle part because I know that's where it's going to fit, right? And I tried to center it. Put it in like that. And then I'm going to put some pearls. These are metallic pearls. Sometimes I don't even look at the color, you guys. I'll be honest. If it's close in color and it, it matches, then I use it. Okay, how come you're not coming out there? Oh, I didn't put it in the right way. Oops, that's not going to help. I picked up the wrong tool. Okay, just put one here. And I tend to work in threes. So I'll put 3 on it. Just the rule of threes. I heard it somewhere, and ever since then, it's kind of stuck. Okay, and happy little bit late birthday. Ta-da! The card is done. So like I said, you can use this with any designer series paper that you want. But it works really well with the Magnolia Mood. So give it a try. And what I'll do is once I have posted the video and the pictures, then I will put the measurements. So let me show you other cards that I made. This is the one where I tried it out and I told you I made it 4 inches. So I kind of have to force it. And then look what happened when I did, right? It's not closing. It's not closing tightly. Can you see that? It did before when I first started, but because this one was right up to the edge, it changed the way that I folded it, okay? And so this one I used the country lace paper, and I used soft seafoam, and this is one of the, what do you call it? Retired blends, pink Piroutte, whatever, Piroutte. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Okay, so that's that card that I made. And these don't use the same pattern, but I had so much fun playing with it. So this one I made it monochromatic. This one I did gold, so I used heat embossing to do this, and then I die cut it out and I put it on a gold background. And then these two I actually were leftover pieces from when I did the Mother's Day class. So we used a retired frame, ornamental frame. I'm not sure if that's the title, but isn't that pretty, right? So as you can see, this bundle makes gorgeous, gorgeous cards. Okay. All right. So again, thank you so much for joining me. And I forgot to mention earlier that I have a class, on June the 29th. It's for retired kits that I found their treasures when I was doing my purging of my storage room. So if you're interested in that, it's $35 and you get 3 different things from it. You can make so many cards, but unfortunately you have to live on Guam to be able to take advantage of that. But if not, and you want the kit to go, let me know and we can make arrangements for that. So have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. And I'll see you next week, Friday. Bye.